Friends, 729 days of war between Russia and Ukraine, and 2 years of war since it started on 22nd February 2022. Starting from, as I have been doing on Southern War Zone on Kherson Front, Ministry of Defense Russian Federation has claimed that Krynki BH has been cleared of Ukrainian troops, where Ukrainians have lost more than 1800 troops in entire Krynki operations. However, a new video has emerged showing a portion of Krynki where Ukrainians are holding their flags, probably a platoon worth troops in northeast Krynki. That means there is a pocket of resistance to be cleared, as you are seeing in the background, by the Russians. On Zaporizhia front in Orikho sector, fight is continuing in central and south and west part of Rabotino, and Russians have made some small gains towards Verbov. No changes towards Rimivki salient. In north on Kupian-Swato front, Russians have started using glide bombs as well, in addition to UAVs and artillery. Severe battle continuing towards Sinkivka, no changes however, and no changes towards Liman, Terny direction. In east, north of Soledar-Siversk sector, Russians retreated from the outskirts of Belgorovka after Ukrainian counter-offensive. On Bakhmut front, Russian offensive operations towards Krasnoye Bogdanovka continuing, and similar is the situation in northeast Klishivka, that is in southern flanks of Bakhmut. Heavy interdiction missions and close air support by the Russian armed forces continuing for Chasiv Yar, and they have been using now 1500 kg glide bombs. Avdivka front on the western part, fight continuing towards Lastochkino on the eastern outskirts as well as towards Stepo and Berdichi, where large area is under grey zone now. As far as Avdivka is concerned, there is still cleaning process going on by the Russians in Avdivka coke plant. Fight is on the southern outskirts towards Pirvomaisky, and Russians have advanced towards Nevelsky direction. On Marinka front, fight is continuing west of it towards Zorzivka, while also on Pobeda front, the fight is on towards southeast outskirts of it. There are conflicting reports whether Pobeda has fallen or not, but definitely the area under control of AFU in Pobeda is very limited. Fight for Novomykhailivka continues without any gains. Russians are moving ahead of Sladkoye in effort to cut supply route to Ugledar. Also, Russians have advanced north of Shevchanka while losing few of its armored vehicles. Interdiction missions from both the sides continuing as earlier. Palestine Israel Middle East. The Palestinian forces are making incursions in south as well as in north Gaza. Nothing special in the central Gaza. However, it seems that in southern part, the IDF is planning to carry out ground offensive at a larger scale. Counter shelling is going on at Israeli-Lebanese border. Gaza Enclave Authority has said more than 700,000 Palestinians are on risk of starvation. Huge protests continuing in India and in European Union by the farmers. Yesterday there were huge protests by the Greek farmers in Athens demanding support for agricultural sector. There were rallies in support of Julian Assange in Paris. London High Court will soon decide whether Julian Assange is to be extradited to USA or not. Sergei Shoigu has reconfirmed that Russian Federation has not deployed and has no plans to deploy nuclear weapons in space. Finally, I would like to tell you that Julian Assange's extradition, who is 52 years old and belongs to Australia, is one of the greatest and powerful journalists today. In 2010, he had published in name of WikiLeaks series of leaks related to US intelligence and its airstrikes in Baghdad, Afghanistan, Iraq, killing civilians and exposing US imperialism. US and UK are most powerful criminal states today, anti people, anti workers, anti peasants, anti women. Thank you, friends. See you.